Hello students, welcome back to Chemical Kinetics. In this module, we will learn a new and a very interesting concept of pseudo first order reactions. But in order to understand pseudo first order reactions, we first need to understand the name. So, pseudo means fake and order is determined experimentally. If you remember, it is alpha plus beta. Now my question to you is, if every reaction has one particular value of order, does it mean that the order of a reaction will never change? The answer to that question is that the order appears to change if the concentration of the reactants changes drastically. You will understand the answer to this question much better if you take into consideration this reaction right here, A plus B giving products. Now here in this reaction, if you have to write the rate law, it will be R is equal to K into concentration of A raised to alpha into concentration of B raised to beta. Now here alpha and beta, the experimentally determined exponents, let us take them as positive values. Here, let's say the reaction is proceeding, the reaction goes ahead. Now as this reaction progresses, concentration of reactants, that is concentration of A and concentration of B, will decrease. Also you need to understand that K and order, that is alpha plus beta, so order and K will remain constant. Concentration will decrease of the reactants and K, alpha and beta will remain constant. So here, if B is taken much more in excess than the required stoichiometry, according to stoichiometry, it is 1 mole of A reacting with 1 mole of B. So if B is taken much more in excess than just 1 mole, let's say if we take 100 moles of B or if we take 200 moles of B, that is much more in excess than the required stoichiometry. So in that case, as the reaction goes ahead, I can say that the concentration of B is much greater than concentration of A. So yes, as the reaction goes ahead, the concentration of B will decrease, but this decrease in the concentration of B will be very, very insignificant because B is taken so much in excess. Then even if 1 or 2 moles react out of it, it doesn't make that much of a difference. So I can say that concentration of B is more or less a constant. Now if concentration of B is a constant, then concentration of B raised to beta will also be a constant, because constant raised to constant is a constant. That's too many constants. Now multiply this constant, concentration of B raised to beta, into K. Take all the constant terms together and you can say that rate is equal to K dash into concentration of A raised to alpha. Now here I can say that K dash is nothing but K into concentration of B raised to beta. So all the constant terms have been taken together. Let's say the value of alpha and beta is 1. Substitute it in the upper rate law and you will get R is equal to K into concentration of A raised to 1 into concentration of B raised to 1, which means that in this case your order will be alpha plus beta, which is nothing but 2. Now take this equation into consideration. Do the same over here and you will get R is equal to K dash into concentration of A raised to 1. So this apparent order is 1. Apparent order is also called as fake order. So even though the actual order of the reaction is 2. Since we have taken B in much more excess, it more or less remains constant, and the appearance of the order becomes 1. So the order appears to change. Even though it's a second order reaction, it appears as though it is a first order reaction. This is apparent order or fake order or pseudo first order reactions. So if I just have to summarize, I can say that concentration of B changes, but it is very insignificant. So it remains constant. So actual order of the reaction is 2 as per this rate law. Alpha plus beta. So it is actually 2, but the apparent order of the reaction is 1 because concentration of B more or less remains constant. Now this is going to help us define the pseudo first order reactions. There we go. The reactions that have a higher order true rate law but are found to behave as first order are called as pseudo first order reactions. Once again, the reactions which have a higher order true rate law but are found to behave as a first order reaction are called as pseudo first order reaction. In the next module, we will understand some examples on pseudo first order reactions. Till then, take care.